everything you thought you knew about planets is wrong. For centuries, we believed that planets were calm, predictable spheres, circling their stars in neat, organized patterns. We believed they came in a few simple types: rocky worlds like Earth, gas giants like Jupiter, ice planets in the frozen outer edges of solar systems. We built our entire understanding of the universe on these assumptions. We wrote textbooks. We trained generations of astronomers. We were confident. We were so very wrong. In the past 20 years, astronomers have discovered planets that should not exist. Worlds so bizarre and extreme that they force us to rewrite the rules of physics itself. These are not minor exceptions. These are not small variations on what we expected. These are nightmare worlds that defy everything we thought we understood about how planets form and where they can survive. The universe has been hiding its secrets from us, and now those secrets are finally coming to light. Let me tell you about the strangest planet discovered in decades. But to understand just how wrong this discovery is, you first need to understand how wrong everything else turned out to be. We discovered the first planet outside our solar system in 1995. Astronomers found it orbiting a star called 51 Pegasi, about 50 light-years from Earth. They expected to find something familiar. Maybe a gas giant far from its star like Jupiter. Maybe a rocky world in a comfortable orbit. What they found instead shattered astronomy. The planet was massive, half the size of Jupiter, but it was not where Jupiter-sized planets were supposed to be. It was orbiting so close to its star that it completed one full orbit in just 4 days. 4 days. Earth takes 365 days to orbit the Sun. Jupiter takes 12 years. This monster planet was screaming around its star at impossible speeds in an orbit so tight that its surface temperature reached 1,000 degrees. Scientists were shocked. This should not be possible. Gas giants were supposed to form far from their stars where it is cold enough for ice and gas to accumulate. They were supposed to stay there. This planet had either formed close to its star in conditions that should have torn it apart, or it had migrated inward from somewhere else through a journey that should have destroyed it. Either way, the rules were broken. They called it a hot Jupiter. The name sounds almost casual, but these worlds are anything but casual. Imagine Jupiter dragged into an orbit closer to the Sun than Mercury. Imagine temperatures so extreme that metals evaporate into the atmosphere. Imagine winds that howl at thousands of miles per hour, driven by the temperature difference between the day side and night side. These are not planets. These are cosmic furnaces wrapped in atmospheres of vaporized iron and glass rain. But hot Jupiters were just the beginning. In 2007, astronomers discovered a planet called Gliese 436b. It orbits a red dwarf star about 30 light-years from Earth. When they first analyzed its mass and size, they thought they had made a mistake. The numbers did not make sense. The planet was roughly the size of Neptune, but it was far too close to its star. It should have been stripped away by radiation and stellar winds. It should have lost its atmosphere millions of years ago. But it had not lost anything. Instead, this planet revealed something even stranger. It was covered in burning ice. Yes, burning ice. Ice that was somehow on fire. Scientists did not expect this. The surface temperature of Gliese 436b reaches 439 degrees. That is hot enough to boil water instantly. But the planet has such intense gravity that it crushes water molecules into a state called ice 10. This is ice that exists under such extreme pressure that it remains solid even at temperatures that would normally vaporize it. The ice burns, the ice glows, the ice should not exist. This is not a planet. This is a physics experiment gone wrong. And then astronomers found the lava worlds. In 2009, scientists discovered Corot 7b orbiting a star 490 light-years away. This planet is so close to its star that one side permanently faces the heat, while the other side faces eternal darkness. The dayside temperature reaches 2600 degrees. That is hot enough to melt rock. Not metaphorically, literally. The surface of this planet is an ocean of molten stone, lakes of lava, rivers of liquid rock flowing across a landscape that glows red and orange and white with heat. But the nightmare does not end there. The lava evaporates. It rises into the atmosphere as rock vapor. And when it reaches the night side, where temperatures plunge to -200 degrees, it condenses and falls as rain. Rock rain. Pebbles of stone falling from the sky back onto the lava ocean below. Scientists were shocked. Planet formation models said this could not happen. Planets this close to their stars should have been consumed during formation. They should have spiraled into the star and burned up. They should not be here, but they are here, and there are dozens of them. K2141b makes CoRoT 7b look almost pleasant. This planet orbits its star so closely that its year lasts just 7 hours. 7 hours. Not 7 days, 7 hours. The dayside reaches temperatures over 3000 degrees, hot enough to vaporize rock into an atmosphere, hot enough to create supersonic winds that blast at 3000 miles per hour. These winds carry vaporized minerals from the dayside to the nightside, where they condense into mineral snow and flow back as rivers of liquid rock. This planet has a weather cycle made of stone. But perhaps nothing prepared astronomers for what they would find orbiting dead stars. When a star dies, it does not go quietly. Stars like our Sun expand into red giants, swallowing any planets in close orbit. Then they collapse into white dwarfs, dense remnants roughly the size of Earth, but containing the mass of an entire star. The region around a white dwarf should be empty, sterile, swept clean by the violence of stellar death. It is not empty. In 2019, astronomers found debris of a shattered planet orbiting a white dwarf called WD 1145 plus 017, not a whole planet. Fragments, chunks of rock that had somehow survived the death of their star. They orbit in a disk of dust and gas. Every few hours, one of these fragments passes in front of the white dwarf, dimming its light. Sometimes the dimming lasts minutes, sometimes hours. The pattern is chaotic and unpredictable because the fragments are still breaking apart, still disintegrating in real time as astronomers watch. This is a planet dying in slow motion, and we are watching it happen. But in 2020, something even stranger appeared. Astronomers discovered an intact giant planet orbiting a white dwarf called WD 1856 plus 534. Not fragments, not debris, a whole planet, roughly the size of Jupiter, orbiting a dead star every 34 hours. This should not be possible. When the star expanded into a red, giant phase, this planet should have been inside the star itself. It should have been vaporized. It should be gone. But instead, it survived, either by migrating outward during the red giant phase or by somehow enduring temperatures and conditions that no planet should survive. Scientists did not expect this. The discovery means that planets are far more resilient than we thought, or far stranger, or both. And then there are the rogue planets, the wanderers, the orphans of the galaxy. In 2011, astronomers discovered that space is full of planets that do not orbit any star at all. They drift alone through the darkness of interstellar space, ejected from their original solar systems by gravitational interactions, cast out into the void. These worlds travel through absolute darkness. No sunlight, no warmth. Surface temperatures approach absolute zero, -270 degrees, cold enough to freeze air itself. We do not know how many rogue planets exist. Early estimates suggested there might be billions in our galaxy alone. Maybe more rogue planets than stars. An invisible population of dark frozen worlds drifting silently between the stars. Some of them might be Earth-sized. Some might have once had oceans and atmospheres. But now, they are frozen solid. tombs of ice wandering forever through empty space. Imagine a world where the sky is always black, where stars do not move because you are not orbiting anything, where the only heat comes from the slow radioactive decay of elements deep in the core. A world in permanent night. A world that will never see a sunrise, not for billions of years, not ever. These planets exist, and they are everywhere. But the strangest planet of all may be the one discovered just recently. A world so bizarre that even after years of study, astronomers still struggle to explain it. The planet is called TOE 849b. It orbits a star about 730 light-years from Earth. When astronomers first measured its mass and radius, they thought their instruments were broken. The planet has roughly 40 times the mass of Earth. That makes it similar in mass to Neptune or Saturn, but its radius is only 3.4 times larger than Earth. That makes it far too small, far too dense. This is the naked core of a gas giant, a Jupiter that somehow lost its atmosphere. Scientists were shocked. Gas giants are not supposed to lose their atmospheres. They are held in place by immense gravity. It would take a collision with another planet to strip away that much gas. Or maybe the planet formed in the disk of material around its star and never accumulated an atmosphere in the first place. But both scenarios require such specific and unlikely conditions that this planet should not exist. And yet here it is, a dense ball of rock and metal and exotic materials orbiting its star every 18 hours. The surface temperature exceeds 1500 degrees, hot enough to melt lead. The gravity is so intense that if you could somehow stand on the surface, you would weigh 10 times what you weigh on Earth. Your bones would shatter under the pressure. This is a world that has been stripped bare, exposed, a planetary corpse still clinging to existence. Astronomers did not expect this, and the more they study it, the less sense it makes. Each of these discoveries has forced us to rewrite our models of how planets form. We thought planets assembled slowly in the disk of gas and dust around young stars. We thought rocky planets formed close to the star where it was warm. We thought gas giants formed far away where it was cold. We thought planets stayed in the orbits where they formed. We thought we understood. We understood nothing. Hot Jupiters migrated inward from distant orbits. Lava planets formed impossibly close to their stars. Ice planets survived in orbits that should have destroyed them. Rogue planets were ejected into interstellar space. Dead stars captured planets that should have been annihilated. Planetary cores were stripped of their atmospheres through mechanisms we still do not fully understand. Every rule has been broken, every assumption proven wrong. And these are just the planets we have found so far. We have discovered over 5,000 exoplanets in the past 3 decades. But there are hundreds of billions of stars in our galaxy alone. Each one could have planets. Most probably do. We have barely scratched the surface. We have seen less than 1% of 1% of what is out there. What other horrors are we going to find? What if there are planets even stranger than the ones we have already discovered? What if there are worlds we cannot even imagine yet? Planets made of diamond compressed under such extreme pressure that they glow from within. Planets covered in oceans of liquid metal. Planets with atmospheres of pure carbon that rain diamonds the size of hailstones. Planets orbiting binary stars in figure 8 patterns. Planets that somehow exist in the space between galaxies, in the absolute emptiness of intergalactic voids. We used to think Earth was special. We thought our solar system was normal. We thought the universe was built according to rules that made sense. Comfortable rules, predictable rules, rules that suggested the universe was hospitable to life, rules that implied we were not alone. But the universe does not care about our comfort. The universe does not care about our rules. The universe has spent the past few billion years creating worlds so extreme and hostile and bizarre that they make Earth look like a miracle. a fragile accident, a tiny island of stability in an ocean of chaos. TOI 849b is not the weirdest planet in decades because of what it is. It is the weirdest planet in decades because of what it represents. It represents the universe, showing us just how wrong we were, just how little we understand, just how vast and strange and terrifying the cosmos truly is. We are alone on a small blue world orbiting an ordinary star in the outer reaches of an ordinary galaxy. We are surrounded by thousands of worlds that would kill us instantly. Worlds of burning ice and molten rock. Worlds with atmospheres made of vaporized metals. Worlds that orbit stars so closely they are being torn apart by gravity. Worlds drifting alone through the frozen darkness between stars. Worlds circling the corpses of dead suns. These worlds exist. They are real. They are out there right now, spinning through the void. And every year, we discover more of them. The universe is not kind. It is not welcoming. It is a place of extremes. A place where the rules we thought governed reality break down and collapse. A place where planets can exist in states that should be impossible. And somewhere out there in the darkness orbiting a star we have not discovered yet, there is probably a planet even stranger than TOI 849b. A world even more extreme, even more impossible. A world that will force us to rewrite the rules all over again, because that is what the universe does. It breaks our models. It shatters our expectations. It reminds us that we are very small and know very little, and the cosmos is far stranger than we ever imagined. Astronomers have just found the weirdest planet in decades. But in a universe this vast and hostile and bizarre, it is only a matter of time before they find something even weirder. The question is not whether such planets exist. The question is whether we are ready to accept what they tell us about the true nature of reality. We are not in a safe universe. We are not in a predictable universe. We are in a universe that creates worlds of impossible horror simply because it can. And we are only just beginning to see what is really out there.